And I didn't really think about it. I had to put my foot back in that champagne-soaked shoe, and I walked around in that sucker for like 3 hours after that. So I didn't think nothing of it at first, and then my crew chief sent me some stats about it, and I was like, wow, I guess we should consider ourselves... Oh, sorry. I guess we should consider the dry air. Who lives in Phoenix? I'm telling you what, I've been here for one night, and I'm like dried out. I look like Spongebob out of water. It's crazy. Yeah, I take pride. I shouldn't even say I take pride. He sent me the stats that we made it 3 years in a row and what that meant, and I didn't really think anything of it. But, yeah, reflecting on it, it is pretty special accomplishment, and I think that was my point earlier is the fact that we've, rooted and clawed our way into every single one of them. It wasn't like that we won and luxuried our way into any one of them. It was tiebreaker twice, I think, at one point, and 1 point on another. So it's been just a grind. But I think that prepares us better for Phoenix than anybody because we've been racing every single race like it was the last, like our lives depended on it. It was mainly that one. We don't get too deep on this team. It's a nice club. The crazy part is people be like, they always tell you, you got to lose one before you can win one. We won one, and then we lost one. I'm like, well, this is terrible. So I knew what it felt like finally. It's terrible. I don't want to feel like that again. So you better believe we're going to do everything we can this race. The dejection you feel and that just carries with you for so long, especially when it's a late race restart. 3 laps. You're looking at less than a minute and a half between knowing if you're the champion and not a champion. What other? It's just, I don't know. It's incredible. It's hard to put in words, really, what that is and the range of emotions you experience from the drop of that final green flag. And that's what last year was. And I can actually point to one specific instance on that race, those last minute and a half, that led to where we were second place, right? So I know what not to do now. I lost one. Now I know not what to do. The first one, we just kind of figured it out. So hopefully we can just figure it out again. I don't have to go through the adversity, but we'll see. Big for us this weekend, actually. I would tell you most weekends no. And the reason why is when you're midway through the season and you're working on trying to develop new setups, new packages, new body builds, well, we've kind of got a lot of that figured out, but we do have a new package we want to implement this weekend. We're starting out with it. We have no experience with it. And if it was a normal practice session, we would be like, what do we do? That'd be a really hard decision. So we've got All Reliable 2021, 2022 set up, teed up, ready to go. We can switch over to that in probably about 10 minutes in the middle of practice. But we want to start out with what's unknown, what we think is best, putting our best foot forward. But there's no guarantees with that. So, thank goodness we got 50 minutes to figure it out. Well, I've only got 2 shoes, so they'll have to pass the cup. You know what's funny about that? I didn't really think it through when I made that bet. I just thought, it's going to be so awesome. We'll do a shooey. I give Rich the shooey in 21. He takes it, and I didn't really think about it. I had to put my foot back in that champagne-soaked shoe, and I walked around in that sucker for like 3 hours after that. My foot looked like it had been soaking in water for just like, I had like trench foot going on from champagne. It was terrible. So I got to think this through. I'm going to have a second pair of shoes teed up and ready to go. Oh, yeah. Oh, she's got her own shoe. They can both have both of them. I'll just be barefoot the rest of the night before I put those back on. I've always been considered the dark horse, I think, because we do have to fight for it so hard. For whatever reason, we haven't really hit a perfect stride yet on anything. And I don't know what to attribute that to. I feel like as a whole, that's been kind of a thing that us at ThorSport have been working on. You look back at when Matt Crafton was just dominant, winning like 5-6 races in a season and 2 championships in a row, just killing it, right? ThorSport was on top of the world. And since then, we've been getting multiple wins as an organization every year, but it hasn't been that dominance that they experienced like they did with Matt Crafton. So hats off to him. I would like to experience that for once. I've been asking him, what's different? What do we need to do? And he's been fully involved on the development side with us. Matt has. I would say he's probably the loudest voice at the team to try to help us get better and keep improving in R&D. And things are just changing every year. The NT1 motors, the new, we got bump springs on now, everybody's body builds, everything is just getting different. Even though the truck series really hasn't changed, it's developing, and it's all stuff that's hard to see with the naked eye, but it's making a bit of difference on the racetrack. So I would like to hit that stride. But until then, we're kind of the dark horse. We go out and we win a couple races a year, and we make our way into the championship 4, and we show up big time in a big way. And I'm fine with that. If that's what my career is, then we're going to have a great career, because I know we'll have more championships in our future. But I'm 26 right now. I'm having a great time of my life doing this stuff, and there's nowhere I'd rather be. So respect or not, I'm having a great time, and I really don't care what they think of me. I'm just here to have fun and bring home a championship to my team, because I love it, they love it, and the culture's awesome. Yeah, so Rich is really fun. I have some of the most fun in my racing life with that guy on the box, and it never fails. Rich just finds a way to put me in some sort of situation to be on old tires and hold him. Oh, you got this, buddy. Hold him off. I'm like, screw you, Rich. but in a serious note, though, he always finds a way to do those calls, and it pays off. So I can't be mad at the guy. Actually, he's like my biggest hero to me, because he makes these calls and they pay off, and we're in the playoffs right now because of that call that he made. We almost won the championship last year because of the call he made. Other than that, we might have been 4th. But every single time he finds a way to get us in contention, even if we're not in contention because we're just slow. He'll say, Ben, I thought we had a good package under us. I didn't bring us the best truck. Sorry about that. But guess what? Here's your 2 tires. Everybody else has 4. Go do work. And he figures out the call, and we make it work, and he does good at that. I would say he makes himself look like a genius a lot of times. Oh, I don't even think twice about it. When he makes a call, I'm all in, and the trust is there. Actually, in Homestead, I knew he was going to be doing something in the back of my mind. We didn't even talk about it yet. I just knew, all right, what will Rich do? We're not running good right now. It seems like we're down and out. He's going to make a call here. All right, let's see what he's got. And it's almost entertaining to me to see what it's going to be at that point. And I don't think twice about it. I just trust it completely. He tells me the goals afterwards. He says, all right, you're on new tires. Everybody else is going to have to pit. You're going to be really close on fuel, so save me what you can, save what tire you can, but get all the track position you can. And by the way, we're looking at closing the gap up between the leader and you, because they will maybe catch you. Like he gives me the whole gamut of what's going to happen. And then with that information, we just go put in work. And, that's all you can ask for as a driver, is a guy that puts you in position, gives you the information and all the tools at your disposal. So for that reason, I've got all the trust in the world. Yeah. Depends on who it is. If it's a teammate of one of the other championship drivers, yeah, they race you a little differently. They race you really hard because they think they're helping their teammate out. If it's anybody else on the track, they race you normal, but certainly nobody cuts you any slack. Actually, I would say that's probably one of the biggest perils of being in this race is the other drivers. I look at them as almost obstacles or roadblocks, not the ones that are in Championship 4. They're the only ones I'm worried about, but the other drivers that are on the track, the other 30-something trucks, I look at them as the only thing that can take away our championship from us. Like right now, I look at it as we have a championship, we can go out and win. We have this opportunity. The only thing that can take it from us now is going to be these other drivers on the track. Don't let them have the opportunity. Don't do anything stupid on my part. Don't make a mistake and get racing with them too hard, because that's what will happen. They're here to close out their season with a bang. They want to win it. They want to say, we beat these other championship trucks to the line. If they do or they don't, it makes no difference to me. The only thing that matters to me is beating the other championship trucks. We could be 20th, and if those other 3 trucks are behind me, I'm celebrating like you've never seen.